I have one question.
Yes, what is your question? When you can ask your questions?
Then, no.
No, but go, ask your question.
If Saraswati Ma could translate, I would like to know if there's one, jos on kaksi ihmistä ja niin, aiheuttaa toisessa niin kuin tavallaan, on kaksi ihmistä ja sitten jos niin kuin huomaamattaan aiheuttaakin niin kuin alitajunnan tasolla toisessa tavallaan jonkun tämmöisen tunteen, niin voimakkaan tunteen niin kuin vihan tai tämmöisen, niin kuinka sitten sit kun itse tiedostaa, että on aiheuttanut sen vihan toisessa, niin mitä silloin pitää tehdä? Pitääkö olla hiljaa tai toisen ilmasta tai huomata laukaisee toisessa samskaraa, niin pitääkö toisen niin kuin antaa ilmaista se viha tai samskaransa vai pitääkö siihen puuttua? Siihen toisen, jos huomaa, niin kuin, jos huomaa, että toisessa lähtee niin voimakas tunneilmaisu tai samskara liikkeelle, niin pitääkö siihen prosessiin mennä toisen osapuolen mukaan vai pitääkö se antaa tulla vapaasti?
Yes?
Two persons, when they are communicating and one person is causing some reaction in the other person.
Angry and so shouting and so on.
So the first person somehow let it just go, or should that person do something to
other person, for example, is it for example samskara or deep emotional feelings what the other one is feeling?
Yes, you are saying, I believe, should you, if there is some difficult situation that arises, should you pursue to explore the problem and try to resolve it, or should you just avoid contact? It will depend on the situation, time, place and person. There is no best solution to this. It will depend on the maturity of the person whom you are talking to, if they can process your differences in a nice way. It will depend entirely upon the situation. But it is better not to leave a difficult feeling. It is better if you can resolve the situation and with Madhu Vidya, rather than leaving difficult feelings between people. It is better if it can be done.
It is always better. It is some samskara, for example.
It is better, but it cannot always be done successfully. It depends upon the emotions, the individuals involved, and so on. But if it can be done, then it is better to work it out than to keep the difficult feeling within, where it may brood and fester. Does this answer? Yes? All right. Are you getting time for your sadhana here?
Yes, Baba, I think that we have free time enough to do lots of sadhana.
You know, when acharyas have free time 4 times a day, sadhana is very appropriate. It is good for acharyas to do 4 times a day sadhana. just even a small amount. But to do 4 times a day, whenever possible, is good. All right. Do you please give my namaskar to Sarvani, all right?
Yes.
All right. And to your sons as well. All right. So you all have opportunity to return to Finland and build for yourselves, even though there is little distance, build for yourselves a very nice community. Very nice community. And I would suggest that you put emphasis on this when you go back, having together retreats from those Magis all over Finland, and having very nice gatherings together. Every quarter you can have a Finnish retreat, and having nice Dhamma chakras in a regular way in Helsinki, all right? Yes. And you all attend, it will be very nice, very nice. And you can begin even some service projects to help those in need. This way you can do karma yoga and have nice dinners and different events together, and also have nice meditations as are happening here. You can have this there also in Helsinki, and also in other places, and quarterly meeting, so that nice community of people begins to grow up. And if in your town it is a little isolated, perhaps in the nearby areas you will find you can begin a meditation Dhamma chakra, but there should be regular Dhamma chakras. And they can grow up in the different towns. And you can visit time to time, every few weeks, once a month, like that, all right? So I think that a very nice community will be soon forming in Finland. You have many nice people in Finland now, enough to begin forming a very fine community of people. You have been doing excellent work, and a very fine community of people will be forming, and you can have your own events, and you may have very good times together. All right?
Yes, Mother.
All right? All right. So you should not worry too much if some hard times are there in some ways. They will pass. They will pass. All right. All right. In human life, there are many different types of situations which arise, which may challenge a human being, challenge their beliefs, challenge their ideals, challenge their very thoughts of who they are. But those situations arise for a reason. Because human life is not merely to be the cordial experience of the pleasures of the world. It is very easy to have a comfortable life, to enjoy financial security, family and friends, to gain some position, some professional status, and to feel very happy in life to a degree. But when one sits quietly with oneself, even though all of these things are in place, one may still feel a certain restlessness, a certain drive to move even further into one's progress. Now, many people experience this as the development of their spiritual life. It is the way in which spirituality unfolds or finds its avenue into the life of a human being. This very restless feeling, even when life has reached its peak of enjoyment, tells the person, still this material world cannot give you all that you want. And even if you have achieved great success, there is something missing. And so this experience drives a person to search deeper, to find spiritual solutions to their hunger, to their restlessness. Likewise, when life presents those difficult times, when one's financial picture becomes grim, when one's relationships seem to not be what they should, when there are troubles in the life, during those times, also discontentment is there, isn't it? Discontentment. And that discontentment is the very call. It is the very call of the Supreme to you. Now you can get very depressed and unhappy, thinking life is against me, everyone else gets the good breaks but me. You can think like this if you want, but this is not why such things occur. They occur because Lord is teaching you that to pursue only worldly happiness will not bring you what you want, and surely that happiness in the world is transitory. It comes and goes. The kingdoms that you build in this life will be swept away. They are here today, gone tomorrow. So, if you want to build your happiness based upon those successes, you will surely find trouble sooner or later. And those people who feel that life has not given them good turns because they have not been so successful to build these monuments to ego, to make themselves feel proud that they are an accomplished person, a respected person, a person admired for this or that. If they feel that perhaps life has not given these benefits to them, there is the possibility to feel resentment and anger and depression, isn't it? The mind can follow these turns. But if one analyzes, why is it I am not getting these rewards from the life? And what is it that Lord is teaching me in this struggle I am having? Then one may be able to discern. The grace of the Supreme in one's life. And rather than seeing that this difficulty in the life is something to be avoided, something that is an unfair burden imposed upon you, you may begin to feel, by this burden, I am learning, I am receiving through this the teachings of Lord. I am learning that all that I am, all that is of value in who I am, is not what I express in the world, is not the successes and accomplishments I may or may not have in my daily life. So this type of situation may bring a man or woman to think very deeply about what is their purpose in life, who they are, what is the significance of these strifes and struggles, and where does happiness lie. Real happiness cannot be found in that which is transitory. It may delight you, enchant you, surprise you, provide enjoyment in the moment, and likewise it may hurt you deeply. But knowledge of that which is not transitory, which is steady, continuous, sublime. This brings permanent happiness, happiness that does not fade with time. And when, due to suffering, all of the prides and vanities of the ego get crushed, and one is brought to tears, one begins to realize there must be something more, that the grace of the Supreme Brahma, that divine association, is a shelter in the storm. And many people come to spirituality in this way, They come with their tears, with their realization that life is short and there is suffering in life. And realizing this, they come to seek the deeper wisdom, the deeper knowledge which lies within, the deeper knowledge, the infinite self. For that one, eternal being is not daunted by the passage of time. That one sublime entity knows no degeneration, no corruption. That one is deathless. That one is timeless. That one is omnipresent, within and without. In the realm of that one, there is no beginning and no end. There is no coming and no going. That which has been ever changing is seen for what it is, merely illusions, multifaceted colors contained within the whole. Only that omnipresent Brahma is real. Only that one infinite being can be your shelter in the storm, can hold you and care for you when the world has become difficult, can be for you when others have abandoned you. And if the ways of that one are known, then the bindings of identification with the small self and the actions performed begin to loosen, and one begins to feel Lord is everywhere, Lord is within, Lord is all around. There is no place that Lord does not reside. There is no voice not contained in Him. He is the container of everything that exists. And He is pure, untouched by this appearance of change. Pure, timeless, omnipresent, radiant, more effulgent than 1,000 suns. This is His nature. And when one comes close to his abode. All of the attractions of the material life seem as shadows compared to this brilliance. So find your shelter with him always, and your human life will realize its greatest potentiality. All right.